Welcome to the Rogers Kakasungura YouTube channel. If you're watching this, make sure, please, you click the subscribe button and remember to turn on your notification bell. There is a crisis with SHA, but nobody is willing to talk about it. I had time to traverse in our public hospitals. Today morning, I was in Kisumu, and I had time to speak to a few individuals in public hospitals. Later on, when I settled, I came across a complaint from Wavinya Ndeti. Wavinya Ndeti is a governor. And when I listened to her, I quickly connected with the situation I saw in Kisumu. I came to a conclusion that Wavinya Ndeti comes from Ukambani, and Kisumu, where I was, is from Luo Nyanza. Last week, was it last week or it was on Monday? I was in Kisii. I walked into public hospitals and spoke to some patients. So today's complaint from Wavinya Ndeti has made me come up with the conclusion that SHA has a crisis which nobody is currently willing to face. And they're very quiet about it. They're very quiet about it. They are bringing some scandals to try and blanket such serious issues. Unajua government, tukielekea katika uchaguzi, each government comes up with scandals to distract the nation from the real issues, from the real focus. Like now in Kenya, we've been complaining about the high cost of living. We've been complaining about the high cost of fuel. We've been complaining about poorly funded health insurance schemes like SHA. But now, the government has brought up an Ebola isolation center, and all our focus has shifted to it. Mambo ya bei ya mafuta tumesahau. Mambo ya cost of living tumesahau. Mambo ya SHA tumesahau. Fikira zetu zote zimepelekwa to a distraction ya Ebola center isolation, hiyo inajengwa ama inaendelea kujengwa pale maeneo ya Laikipia. That is our when a government is loaded, when a government feels the burden and the weight of working out some issues, it does one thing: it brings a distraction. So that Kenyans keep talking about the distraction topic as the government replans itself on the crisis that Kenyans have been focusing on. Like now, as we focus on the quarantine, maybe Kenyan government, that is William Ruto and the Minister of Energy, is re-strategizing on how again to bring us the new news of the new cost of... Can we listen to what Wavinya Ndeti said today in Ukambani?
Nawaomba tafadhali watu wangu, muregister na SHA. You register with SHA. And as you register with SHA, we are also asking the national government, as we are working very hard to make sure that our people are registered with SHA. Please, just make sure we get our money on time so that we are able to serve our people better.
From Wavinya Ndeti's very short speech, I picked 3 points. And that's what I want us to discuss here. Point number 1. From Wavinya Ndeti's speech, it is saying that the government is pushing people to register without providing capitation for the already registered members. From what Wavinya Ndeti has said, I have picked 3 points. Number 1, the government is out here popularizing SHA. The government is here pushing people to register. The government is out here praising SHA. But the government is not interested in providing more resources to the scheme so that it can be able to fund the rapidly registering Kenyans. That's 1 point from Wavinya Ndeti. Point number 2, Wavinya Ndeti confirms that yes, hospitals are currently struggling to treat patients. Hospitals are currently struggling to treat SHA patients due to delayed pay from the national government. Unasikia anasema that as the government continues to push people to register, we also want the national government to release the money to the hospital. So currently, the same message from Wavinya that is it Wavinya? Najua anapenda ni Wavinya. So the message from Wavinya inavinya kwamba public hospitals, just like the message I got in Kisumu and Kisii, they are struggling with claims. They treat patients. The national government takes ages to remit those funds. So it cripples operations back at the hospitals. The last point. It is clear from what Wavinya says and what I gathered. It is clear that as of today, SHA is struggling. It is struggling to pay claims for its subscribers. When we tell you SHA is not working, some of you, the government sympathizers, see us kama chokoras. They see us people do not understand. Kaka myself, I have had a test of SHA, and I can tell you, SHA ni kama pata potea. Ni kibahati tu ikulipie leo. Yaani kwa kibahati tu. Na kwa mwingine pia, the same time, the same disease, the same claim, the same operation, almost the same amount inaweza kata. Lakini it works for another person with the same. So unashangaa ni mchezo wa paka potea. So what am I saying? These are realities that nobody is willing to face. Sad realities, and nobody is willing to face them. How I wish that we could give SHA first priority, and then hii pesa mnatafuta kupeleka mahali pa Ebola isolation, because I know Kenya depends on grants. SHA can write a proposal for funding, and I'm sure it will receive the grants. But instead of doing that, watu wako kwa Ebola Center, yenye hata hatuhitaji, yenye is not an emergency, yenye hata hatuwezi tumia kwa sababu inajengewa Marekani. Yani, Kenya, we are confused. I wish that next year, as we go to vote, we get the correct, competent leaders who are able to take the people's interest as a first priority. God bless you. See you in the next episode. Asanteni sana.